When you look at it, what concerns you the most about the Browns, and what do you need to see in Jacksonville so that you're not as concerned about the Browns as we obviously are now?
But look, we're going to say the same things. Jacksonville doesn't have great corners. Oh, their best corner tweaked their hamstring yesterday. Well, that's kind of the same things we said going into this game yesterday, Dave. And, look, you expect the defense is going to play better. Not everybody's offense is the Dallas Cowboys, certainly. The punt return, what are you going to do? Baracquez can flip the field for you at any given time. When you have a guy who averages well over 50 yards a punt, every now and then you're going to get got. And for the first time, Baracquez has been with the Browns. Yesterday was the first time he got as far as that. But, you're going to have to try to find some semblance of running game. And everybody, oh, well, they got to stick to running the ball. Why? What have we seen from this system? What have we seen from the offensive line yesterday, the way it was constructed, that gave us any thought process that they were going to be able to run the ball? Dallas does have Tank Lawrence. They got Micah Parsons. Eric Kendricks is obviously a guy who is really, really in lockstep with Zimmer. And it just, look, but you're going to have to start with the basics. You're going to have to play really good defense. You're going to have to find a way to get some semblance of a running game. I think the defense overall played pretty well. You held an NFL team to only 263 yards. That's not too bad. Normally, you're going to win most of those games. It's really got to come from the offense. And losing Njoku certainly isn't going to help. You've got to find a way to get these receivers involved. You're going to most likely we're going to be spreading it out, I guess, because right now this team only has one tight end on a roster technically. You feel really, really taken back from where, the expectation was going into that game yesterday, and, the flyover and Bernie and everything they had going on. And then the effort that this team gave. And it just seemed like, the season is not over. You have 16 games left, but, anybody that was in that building, any Browns fan anywhere, I understand and I respect your frustration, because I think you thought you were getting a much better product. And even still, that's kind of what we were told over the summer, even though there wasn't a lot going on. Everybody, it looks good. Da, da, da. And there were a few that said, well, I haven't really seen much of nothing. Maybe the few who maybe seemed like they were, speaking the truth, maybe that's where everybody kind of should put their ears.
So when you look at the Browns defense, there are two things that concern me. They were not able to take advantage of two rookies on that offensive line. And that really surprised me.
But to Dak Prescott's credit, Dak Prescott threw for 160 yards yesterday. This is a guy that led the league in the touchdown passes last year, normally throws for over 4,000 yards every year. So what does that tell me? That Dak Prescott said, I'm going to help out my rookie offensive lineman, and I'm going to get the ball out of my hands as quickly as possible. Even the touchdown to Cooks, was a Dak Prescott. It wasn't a deep throw, but it was off his back foot to an open space where only his guy was going to get it. Dak Prescott played within himself yesterday. He hit the underneath routes because he knew that was probably the thing he was going to have the best chance of success with. They mixed that. They ran the ball okay, not great, but they did what they needed to do to win. On the other side, they just didn't do that. They didn't make simple execution. They got themselves way behind the sticks way too many times. I think they had, it was like 7 or 8 4th and 8s or longer. I mean, 3rd and 8s or longer. I mean, you just cannot compete like that. Was the fact that maybe they, throttled down this summer and didn't do as much as they should. And I'm not even talking about the preseason games, but maybe there needed to be a lot more done. And I understand guys were in and guys were out, and it's a fact of life or whatever. But it seemed like training camp came and went, and we were all excited. And you had 2 weeks, and okay, let's go tee it up. But it seemed like was there even a training camp? Because that looked like basically baby deer taking their first steps yesterday, the offensive side of the ball.